Yeah, it's been good. We had a win last night, so
there's constant change in
haven't
the
had to do
NHL.
too much yet, but my family gets it.
The game is being played.
Be nice to
From your vantage point,
You hoping to get drafted?
where do you
by
think
any
the next revolution in the NHL is
it's,
going?
it's all fun and just
I
enjoying
think
it.
it's kind of already there. I think
Along those
just how
lines,
skilled these
fun
guys
is it
are.
to have the draft and be able to play?
I think even in the last couple of years, like
Best player, all the best players.
for me as a goalie, obviously I want to be like
it's a lot
aggressive
of fun.
and be at the top of my crease and stuff. But like I've talked a lot with my goalie coach and stuff about how patient you have to be, just because of how good these guys move the puck and shoot the puck. Like 5 years ago, a guy gets one down the pipe, he's gonna shoot it 100 times out of 100, and now it's like he didn't even realize there was a guy in the back door and he sees him and just has the skill to pass it over to him. So I think we're seeing it. I think the guys are so good, and just pray for the goalies in the future.
Oh, sorry, great here. Hey man, Jesse Paul from Bar Down. Nice to meet you. It's not every all-star game.
First I think it's awesome. I think feel like if the guys in baseball start doing
I gotta
once
ask,
again, it's
which set of brothers
fans
would
love
you
it.
rather
It's great
have
for the league.
on your team between the
He's a
Hughes
special
and
player.
You got to take
guys
account
that
personally.
he gets 2-on-1 in the game and he kind of said,
I had to
you know what I
say
mean? So he's special, and
playing with
just I know him a little bit, so just it's cool to see American kid.
Jake, in March, the Dallas Stars are going to celebrate Mexican Night, which tells a lot about the growing of the game. What can you tell me about games being broadcasted in Spanish, especially in Texas, where there's a lot of population in Spanish?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I think our team, probably has the best opportunity to tap into that market, and I know Matthew said he wanted to play in Mexico City. I think we'd be a perfect team to play those guys there. So, I mean, whenever you can, celebrate different heritage nights like that or other ways to grow the game, grow our fan base, it's awesome. And I think we're in a good position to kind of tap into that market, and hopefully we do that soon.
You had come into the NHL with such pedigree and expectation. What does being here for this weekend mean, do you think, to you in terms of your career trajectory and giving you that confidence?
Yeah, it gives me a ton of confidence. First of all, just really honored to be here and to be kind of in this crop of guys.
Yeah, I think
it's pretty
a lot
cool.
of ups and downs.
Still a hockey
Hates
fan
got
too,
hurt there a little
so
bit.
McDavid,
Overall, I
Crosby,
think
these guys like that. It's cool,
starting
and
to
it's
turn
cool to
in the
be in
right
that
direction.
company. And hopefully I can
winning some games and,
establish myself as
everyone's kind of
a guy that can be here every year. So I'm just excited to be here. Excited I've gotten nominated for my first one, and
yeah, I think it's going in the right direction.
Best competitions perhaps in the next couple of
Things
years.
aren't going
How much
your
is
way.
that
That's when you
on
learn
your
the most
radar?
about yourself and your game.
Yeah, I think obviously I'd love to be a part of something like that, and just even if I'm not, just for the game in general. I mean, if I wasn't on that USA team, I'd be watching every game. It would be so good for the game, so good for the league and stuff. So
we
I
have
think
a great group of guys
obviously
in
you talk
there.
about that
It's
stuff,
super
and I
fun
think that should be
to
a big part of
every
it.
day.
You and Wedgewood are tight,
work,
and I just wonder
I think we
what
made
makes a good backup in the
big
NHL
strides
these days.
from
It's a bit of
last year to
changing
this year.
dynamic workload, and some teams have 3 goalies. Like, what works between you two? What makes Scott good as that number 2?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, like we just are root for each other really hard. I think that's you can say that, but not everyone really means it. And I know when I'm in there, he wants me to do my best, and he knows that when he's in there, I'm pulling from him, and we push each other a ton. And he's just a great guy to have around. Like even if he was not a goalie, if he was just a guy on the team, we'd be good friends too. So he's just a great dude, and lucky to share the crease with him, and we push each other a lot. We both want to be the number one guys. So I know if I take my foot off the gas, that he's going to take over. So.
Last thing you want is a guy moping around as a backup, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I know you've been say at the program you were there with Wall, you guys probably shared, but that you guys were younger. At times were you I got to check myself and be a little more positive?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's the thing about being a goalie. There's only one net, right? So it's a hard position, and for me, obviously, I want to play as much as I can. And someone else doing more doesn't help me in any way. You know what I mean? If I play my best, then I believe I'm going to be the number one. So that's kind of the thing I focus on. And I've had great relationships with every goalie I've played with. definitely looking to do that the rest of my career.
Jake, what's the longest win streak you've ever been a part of?
Win streak?
What's the longest win streak you've ever been a part of at any level?
High school, I think I won like 15 games in a row, but it's been a while.
The reason I ask is the Oilers are at 16 there. They get a chance to break the record. Like, what has to go right for you in like
I think like there's times like when it's hard and it feels like everything's going wrong. Like guys are shooting it wide, it's hitting off someone in front going in or crazy bounces and stuff. Like I'm sure they feel like they can do no wrong, right? Like got every bounce, played great, obviously. Skinner's been awesome. That's been obviously a huge part of that. But yeah, when you're rolling like that, it's just like I feel like you might never lose again. So I don't think we have them anytime soon. So maybe they can lose a couple times before we play them.
Does it almost get comical because you're like, they're winning that way. They're getting bounces off someone's ass. Like, is it almost too comical? Like nothing's gonna go wrong for us?
Yeah, maybe. Like there was a tough stretch this year where like I was talking to a couple of our D-men and it felt like everything was like big bang off the skate, and I'm like we're getting them all out now. You know what I mean? So maybe they're using all theirs now and they won't get them in the playoffs or something. You never know how that goes. So just the way the hockey gods go sometimes. So
I think
that's a part of it.
Thanks, James.
The streak is one thing, but at the end of the day, you just love
Yeah, well, I didn't.
What's this gonna be like
for sure? I didn't know.
Like I said,
I thought we were just gonna have to go in and do like one shot, but I didn't know we were actually doing like we could keep going if we keep stopping them. And I heard there's $100,000 on the line, so I'm getting married this summer, so I'm hoping I can. That'd be nice to pay for that, and so probably gonna stretch a little more than I would have if it would have just been one shot. And try not to pull anything, try not to end up on any highlights.
So what do you think of the dynamic where, like, in reverse order, like the lowest ranking guy is going to get the first pick at which goalie he wants to face, and so on? Like, you think that adds a little spice? Like, is going to add some motivation for you guys?
For sure. I think if I get picked first, I'm going to want to stop him even more than I already would. So just a cool format. I think the NHL's done a great job. And I'm like, as a hockey fan, I can't wait to just sit back and watch these guys tomorrow. I think it's going to be probably a format that they're going to use down the road. I think it's just a great way to get those guys to push themselves.
How do you handicap it? Like, who do you think? Like, who do you think's going to win? Like, who do you
I
think
think
is going to go?
It's so hard. I think
some time to reflect and
it's hard to
how much
not bet on McDavid, but we'll see. Maybe Matthews, the hometown hero, the crowd support and stuff. So I'm just excited to watch. They're all going to do good. And hopefully, I don't get embarrassed.
Jake, I have a couple rapid fire ones.
Better.
Thoughts on Salt Lake City as an NHL
so much better than what it
I think
was.
it'd be great. I think I don't know much. I watched.
I've taken a lot of strides in that sense, and I think
Last Dance documentary where they had the Jazz.
Most important.
It seems like a great sports city. So
one piece of sports memorabilia you wish you could own?
Well, for my whole career, I was dying to get a Henrik Lundqvist signed stick, and I just got one like 2 weeks ago. So it was like the best gift I've ever gotten in my life.
How'd you finally get it?
My guy in Bauer picked me up. He had a case, the Bauer thing, and I thought it was going to be an all-star stick. It was like open it up, and I opened it up, and it was one of his used sticks signed, and it was the coolest thing I owned.
How would you change NHL overtime?
More of a complete player, and I
think I would do 10 minutes overtime.
Keep growing.
Okay. 3-on-3 still?
3-on-3 still.
Shot,
and then maybe
like that as well.
try that for a bit. If it didn't work, maybe do no, because like it's such a big. Everyone wants to keep possession. Maybe do like a no over and back rule.
Finally, I know I'm asking the goalie this question, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how superstitious are you?
I'm gonna go like 4 or 5.
No?
Pretty low, yeah. Like
wow.
You can ask my fiance or my teammates, my friends. It's nothing too crazy. Just go out there and have fun.
I have a couple questions. Is Tom Mercatelli your tailor?
Yeah, he is.
What do you like about this?
Yeah, well, he actually, this is the first time I worked with him this All-Star weekend, so I was trying to get a suit in such a pinch, and I mean, he's the only guy that can turn it around that quick, so he was great to work with, fitted me in Philadelphia, and I mean, you can see like all the guys and stuff. I'm probably on more his conservative side, like I'm not, you won't see my stuff on ESPN, but he's great. Yeah, I've been working with him for a while.
And then kind of a separate story, I'm doing a story on PWHL Minnesota team.
Yeah.
Saying that the Minnesota fans are amazing because they watch this women from all the way up.
Totally.
For someone who isn't from Minnesota, can you tell me what that environment is like?
Yeah, it's just so special. I think like boys and girls high school hockey there is just like so important
yeah, I think
it's kind of like
for a
football
guy
in
like me,
Texas.
a
It's
smaller
what I
guy,
compare it to.
you know,
And
try to spin off
I played in the
guys
state
and,
tournament my freshman year in high school, and that was like
sometimes you get the tips.
one of my favorite hockey
But I
memories
think
of my whole
for,
career.
you know, a smaller guy,
It's just so special,
I think it's
and I
more
think,
of,
I mean,
arriving
when I
at
saw
the
that
right time,
they had
not always standing
13,000
there.
or whatever at the
I
exit
think,
didn't surprise me one bit. I mean,
being around
it's a state of
it
hockey
is
for a
the most
reason,
important
and
thing.
just happy to see
Robert
that league
Wilder's
getting the support they deserve and the ladies to get the recognition they deserve.
Are there any Minnesota female hockey players who really stand out?
Well, one I was going to say is I played with, when I was at BU, I played with Abby Cook and Jesse Comfort, and they're both PWHL now, and we got to go watch them win the Bean Pod, and I mean, the hockey's great. Like, these women are so talented and deserve to have a place where they can play and get paid just like we do, and I think Minnesota obviously is such a good spot for it.
Being getting your housing most when you use a guy like for an NHL player becoming the second one. What did you say, sir?
Oh, yeah.
What impresses you the most?
Yeah, I think just like the longevity. I've chatted with him like a little bit here and there, and fortunate enough to got a stick from him. And I mean, I had a big fat head of him on my wall when I was growing up. Like, and the fact that he's still playing in the NHL is crazy, and just kind of shows you how much he loves the game. I mean, goaltending's such a hard position, mentally, physically, on your body. He's obviously taking great care of himself, and he's enjoyed the ride. So it's just cool to see. And, just feel lucky that I get to play against him. Actually, my favorite game of my career was he and I had a 0-0 shutout. We ended up winning the shootout, so that was like I had the game sheet from that game itself. So the fact that I played that against him is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think
an All-Star game might be how do you feel about being here? Just don't worry about the fact that we know defense, no block shots.
For sure, yeah. Just have fun. I said my goal was to not get hurt and not end up on any highlight reels. So that's my two things. And just to be in the company of these great guys.